What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. It's the 1st of April. Yes, it's April Fool's Day, and I've just logged in to the Division, and as you see there on the left, I've got something in my mailbox. It's called the Turmoil. So it's a pair of Sescanese, which is kind of nice, means they might actually be usable. They are maxed out, and they come with a new talent. Yes, that's right, a talent returning on knees. All of you old people of Division will remember when we used to have talents on knees. This one's called Bewildered. When dealing weapon damage to an enemy, 50% of the damage will be dealt to another enemy within 30 meters instead. When there are no enemies nearby, damage dealt normally does not apply to armor plates. Right, okay, so it didn't take up any room in my inventory. That's an absolute W right there. First of all, we're going to mark them as favourite because we might never be able to get them ever again. We're going to whack them on. What we'll do is, I'll tell you what we will do is we'll just put striker build on. We'll whack them on here. Throw on our striker's backpack. And we will use the Lexington. It's got a flat line on, but we're not too bothered about that. One thing I will just check very quickly is expertise hasn't moved up, so these don't have expertise, which is interesting. So that's the first item added to the game in a long time that's not actually pushed up the expertise level. So whether that's a bug or not, I guess we will find out. Oh, that is wild. It's like a mini negotiator's dilemma. That's actually pretty wild. Right, so let's put killer on my gun. Check my stats. 52. So that means we need... Oh, in fact, we don't need to run this anymore. That would be double Seska. We don't want that. Or Cheska. I'm gonna get in trouble. Everyone's gonna be like, you're saying it wrong. We'll go with the Palisade. We'll go with the Unicorn. It also opens up the fact that we could go with Grupo. We're going to go with the Palisade though. We'll check the stats. So now we're short. We are still going to be 52. We are going to be short still. And let's go and give them a try out in the real world. Obviously, we are dropping damage in using these, but it kind of opens up a, you know, the thing that negotiators has such a good advantage that if something goes in cover, you just shoot something else. So it has that little bit of an advantage where, yeah, actually, probably not a bad idea. The question is, when it mentions armor plating, is that just kind of like bosses, or is that also going to be elites? So like, is that spreading? Oh, it's spreading damage. The red did get it, so kind of don't know what I'm doing here at the moment. Tried to test it, but they're letting the enemies get everywhere. It's actually pretty wild. It's actually pretty wild. I'm trying to get something with armor just to double check that. Yeah, so that sweep that guy's armor right off, so that was not a problem.
They're moving south. There's a gate between you. It looks closed from here.
So I guess we're looking at like Razorback armor plating and things like that is what it's referencing, meaning that it's unable to use it on bosses. Because obviously it might bypass boss phases and, you know, and things like that. Like, we killed the guy on the other side of the van and never touched him once. Right, it doesn't seem to work with the gun. When I was shooting, was he getting damaged? That's what I kind of need to check. We need to try and find another gunner, and we can shoot the gun. Maybe test on like a mini tank as well. See, there's one in the next area. Mods. Oh, we can't just deconstruct. Not in a modded area. Defensive. Oh, can you imagine if that was a 13% protection from elite mod? Then that would have been historic. Try and find another turret guy. Run away from me. Run away from me. Go and set a turret up. Oh, don't shoot grenades at me. Oh, it's the chunga. Enemies don't do what you want when you want them to. Very rude of them. If I die now, this will be very upsetting.
Serious trauma detected.
I tell you what it is doing. I'm gonna die here now, actually, because what it is doing is, because I'm not putting the damage in, I'm not killing the enemies. So unlike negotiators, where the original damage still applies to the original bad guy, this doesn't. It totally negates 50% of the damage somewhere else. So my time to kill is slower. So when I'm trying to test, it's actually awkward because I'm not necessarily killing the enemies in front of me as quick as what I normally would. So that is something to definitely think about. I'm going to have to put it on legendary.
You've got your objective.
Just so I can shoot the one of the mini tanks at the front. Roll out mini tank. Come on. Where are you? There it is. Yep, so shoot this mini tank. The other guys are taking damage. You can see there they've all taken damage. And we got a kill. And you can see that my damage numbers are physically halved as well. So I'd be pumping like a mill with this build. It's actually quite deceiving. It's like, my build's rubbish, but it's not. It's actually quite it's quite deceiving on that front. Bit different, a bit of fun. I mean, currently I can't really think of any useful application for the reason why you would want to share the damage out. Because essentially, although I'm killing two things at once, I am still killing at the same speed, if that kind of makes sense, right? Because there's no extra damage like there is with negotiators. That potentially would be crazy OP though, if you think about it. Yeah, it's taking me way longer to kill a chunga than normal. I don't ever feel like I'm doing maximum damage. I always feel like I am sharing the damage. We need to test that as well. We'll get one down to one enemy. Oh, he's gonna blow up. I feel like I'm constantly doing half damage. That is interesting. That is interesting. Let's see if we can test that in the... Is there ever going to be a part of the range? Was it 30 meters? We need to just test that real quick as the last thing for the video. Let's just double check the talent. So 30 meters is a large range, and that's obviously why that feels like that. I guess the only place I maybe get yeah, I mean, maybe I could see if I could get the loot goblin. Like, where do we ever really get singular enemies. Oh, in fact, I've got an idea. Let's just see if the loot goblin shows up here, and then if he doesn't... Oh, I think he has. Yeah, he has. That's kind of perfect. Let's also test if he's still dropping terrible items. There he is. There's nowhere there within 30 meters. I'm actually doing half damage still. Let's see what he drops. So he drops terrible items still. Right, so what we'll do is 222, right? Was kind of what I was doing. I haven't got any Seska knees, which would be what I need, but I'm just going to put them on. If it jumps to 400, I feel like I am constantly doing half damage. Let's just pause the video and I'll be right back. Alright, so we can do some rough testing here, really, really easy. We're at Federal Emergency Bunker. I've got the Lengmo on at the moment. But as you can see here, I've got these Seska ones that have got 15% weapon damage on. Yes, they'll be missing the critical hit damage buff that we'll get. But I tell you what we can do, just for... because they're just going to go in the bin anyway. We can tinker them. And we can change this to critical hit damage. So if we do get a crit, the numbers will be exactly the same regardless of which ones we now have on. So we'll put the turmoil on at first. So, and what we'll do is we'll just clear this down to the last bad guy. We're only on hard, and then we'll just use our pistol to kind of tap them and to see what happens. I mean, it made that situation really, really easy. I guess if we were playing easy content, there might actually be, you know, a bit of a benefit to using these things. So we can just kind of test here already. So with the 77 to the body, right? Let's try again. Does it proc twice? Right. Ah, there we go. So he gets, so that's what's going on. So that would be 300 then, wasn't it? One crit, one without. And if we put these on, bit of bad testing. Let's just reset the level and just test that again. But I think we've kind of figured it out. I think it just procs twice when they're so low, so the half numbers are just the way it physically works, I guess.
Find a way down there, but proceed with caution.
Obviously, we've got to be careful actually with striker stacks. So 326 crit to the body, 316. Or obliterate stacks as well. Go away. This is where a high-end test build would be really easy. Really good. Alright, everything's gone. 240 to the chest. See what this guy does. 230 crit to the chest. We are going to test a couple more times. 230. That's weird. I feel like we're doing more damage now. Turmoil. Go on, show yourselves, one of you. That's annoying. Oh, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. That was a bit weird. You only hit for 200k. 214, 214. 270, 270 with a strike of obliterate on. Try this guy here. 165, 165, but the damage was spread. You can see that it hit this guy as well. Annoying. See if we can kill these two and leave the guy at the back. No, we can't. But yeah, it seems to be working correctly. Just that when it's by themselves, you get 2 damage numbers rather than not. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below as always. I mean, it's a nice ad. I can't think of a practical use for them right now, but for a free gift, why not? And it's nice to see the inclusion of talents back on the knees, like a bit of a gear mix up, bringing talents back in places that we no longer have them. I'm certainly interested. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.